Nicole Trapp.
So, have you guys ever thought about the future? What will happen? Who studies it? Where it comes from? Well, most people don't really think that much about it. And you have historians that study the past. Journalists, they study the present. But who studies the future? Well, there's this whole field that hardly anybody knows about called futurism, futurology, or future studies. All different names for the same thing, studying the future. And I'm here today to tell you about that field and who these people are. Some people ask, what's the difference between a futurist and a science fiction writer? Well, there are some futurists that are science fiction writers. If that science fiction writer studies the future and really looks at trends that are going on and looks at things that are happening and projects them into the future to say what the future is going to be like or what it may be like, they're a futurologist. Even an economist can be a futurist if they project out past 5 years, past 10 years. They're futurists. You might ask, how do they do this? How do they know what's going to happen? Well, the thing is they don't know what's going to happen. They know what may happen, what could possibly happen. So you have this point in time called the present. And you have, going out from there, you have the past. And there's a cone going into the past. Because we don't actually know exactly what happened in the past either. We have an idea of what happened because of artifacts left, stories people told. So we have an idea, but we don't know exactly what happened because it's all up to interpretation. The future is the same thing. It's this cone going out into the future of things that are possible. And they're being set in motion by what happened in the past and what's happening today. What we're doing, our choices we're making. And that's what's really setting the future. So as a futurist, we look at these things. We look at society, what's going on. We look at populations. We look at resources. We look at economic factors. We look at social factors, technological factors of what's going on today. And we look at them projected into the future. But we also look at things that might happen, these wild cards, like shocking things that nobody expected. Like the onset of computers. Nobody really, well, I guess that was came slowly, but it really happened and took off. Or say like there's a miracle cure that would change stuff. We look at that and how these things would affect the future, how they would change it, how our choices change it, how bringing down the birth rate will change the future because there'll be a different amount of people projected. There'll be a different amount of people using the same amount of resources. Or technologies that help us use those resources better also change the future. And every single one of us is affecting that. So we have this, and what we do, and how we do this, how we study it, is we first frame what we're going to study because you cannot look at everything. The future is too broad of an area to look at everything. So you normally will pick one area of the future. My topic that I'm choosing to study in my studies, because I'm currently working on my master's in future studies, my area is the future of India because I love Indian culture, and let's face it, right now India is 1/6 the Earth's population contained in India on like 1.4% of the land. That's a lot. And they're also one of the fastest growing populations. So you're going to see large changes there, which is why I chose it. The next thing we do is we do scanning. So we scan articles, blogs, any information we can get our hands on, looking for changes. It's not what's happening today. It's changes, what's changing, or what will change in the future. forecasts. Some are mathematical, some are just thought. They're thought processes that we project out. And after that, we do visioning. So we look at what's going on, and we say, what do we want to happen? What is the preferred? What is the best future for everything? And then after that, we have our vision of what we need to do. So then we make plans. We make the plans. And you know, you've all done strategic planning, right? Some of you have done it. You've all made plans. But this is a bit different. It's more based on the vision of trying to get there and more open, more just open to changes that are happening, not rigorous, detailed, step by step. And then after that, we put into action whatever that plan might be. And this hopefully will make the world a better place. And it normally does, because we have a better idea of what's going on. Thinking about the future and the possibilities of what happened will make you more prepared as an individual, as a company, as a corporation, as a country. And that's why futurism is so important, to really be prepared for the changes, to be prepared because so many people are not prepared or have not been prepared in the past. How many people were prepared for the computer revolution? How many people were prepared for the Industrial Revolution? So you have to know what changes are coming up so you can prepare for them and look towards the future. Yeah.